Welcome to the Minute of Strength. We had a question emailed to us this week on the barbell get-up, sit-up, and a gentleman wanted to know how he could spot himself and get up into the get-up without his feet raising off the floor. This is a big issue. It's also part of what we call our corrective strategies. You'll see a lot more of that in the coming months. But let's go through the progression. It's very simple. Typically, people feel like they need a spot because they just don't know the feeling or the muscles to engage when they do the exercise. So here's what it would look like if you needed a spot. This is actually a bar from our Modular set. We unscrewed the spheres, so we basically have about 6 or 8 pounds in our hands, very light. Put the bar over your chest, take it about 30 degrees away from your head, and drive straight up. So this might happen. You might feel like as you try to raise your upper body to sit up and get the bar over your head, your feet come up. Once you get the feeling of doing this, you can hook your foot onto a couch, a bench, depending on where you're working out. I'm using a barbell. My knee is bent because I can't fit my foot all the way under. That's okay. I leave my other foot free. So I do get that feeling of driving my heel through the floor. I pinch my shoulder blades together. I take a deep breath into the core, into my abs. Exhale. So I try to balance my weight and move under weight instead of picking my body up. It's a completely different concept. So if I understand moving under the weight, you can watch the relationship between my shoulder, my hand, and my head. I move under the weight. If I try to press the bar up, I do get that feeling. I disengage my core from this exercise. So the first progression that we use in corrective strategies is we hold or put some pressure on the top of someone's foot, which is the same thing that we're doing here with the foot under the bar. Once you get the feeling of doing this, do it for about a minute. Next day, do the same exercise, same weight, very light weight, empty bar, feet on the floor, drive the heels through the floor. So here will be the second progression. Once this becomes successful for 1 minute, then you take it to the next progression, which would be, if you have a modular set, throw your spheres on either end, load them up with a little bit of weight, do the same thing for a minute, then we'll add in a clean and press. I'll show you those 2 progressions right now. Okay, so I finished screwing my spheres onto my bar, tighten it up. The bells themselves weigh about 5 pounds apiece, so I've got 10 pounds, plus the bar is about another 5 or 6 pounds. So I'm only working with 15 to 16 pounds right now, but quite a bit of difference from an empty bar. Drive my heels through the floor. Create success for 1 minute with this exercise, and then you go to the next progression. Here's the next progression. Maybe I leave the weight the same. Maybe I'm ready to add a little bit of resistance. I just put some more shot in either end of either sphere. Now I add a clean and press. I clean it. I press it. So what I'm trying to achieve here is I've worked on my shoulder mobility and flexibility with that full range of motion. From the bottom, I'm getting the full range of motion. What I want to achieve now is clean and press into the correct and full range of motion rather than moving into it. I made this happen because I've gained that range of motion through the get up, sit up. Then I descend, get up, sit up, bring it to the shoulders, flip it down to the waist, clean it, press it. And that's the last progression. Starting with the spot, light weight or no weight at all. Take the spot away, whether it be an anchor or a friend spotting you. Add a little bit of resistance. Add the clean and press, which is part of our vintage progression, which again you'll see much more of in the coming months. Give these progressions a shot. Fantastic exercise, by the way. Unbelievable for range of motion in the shoulders, strength builder in the shoulder girdle, connecting your shoulder girdle to the core. Phenomenal exercise. Missing movement pattern, We're bringing it back. We put it in many of our workouts. Most of our classes are working with this. Give it a shot. Tell me how you like it.